multilateral diplomacy. The president has traveled around the world, engaging multilateral leaders, the IMF, the World Bank, key partners, the United States, the People's Republic of China. Currently, he has just left Germany for France to see how we partner with the world to get us out of the mess we are in. And it has started to pay. Yesterday, the World Bank made a huge pronouncement of 12 billion US dollars in the next 3 years, concessional loan on very low interest, as opposed to trying to borrow money here from local banks. The IMF, 4 days ago, made a similar announcement of a huge intervention. We have public roads that have all stalled. We need to get the contractors back on site. We have to get this money somehow. We did not create this situation. We found it. And they are uncomfortable when we say that's the situation we found. What do they want us to say? You people know, you manage companies. You know, you look at the state of the books when you take over a company. You take a company that is in the red, you know what to do with it. You take a going concern, you know what to do with it. But as we didn't have a choice, Kenya is ours. We took it the way it was because this is our country. If we had a choice, we would have looked for another company, not Kenya. Because of the huge debt portfolio through irresponsible borrowing. When we tell the story, because we are going to tell the story, people will be shocked. How 2 billion US dollars was taken from the central bank and put in a private bank that is responsible for the situation we are in, the weakening of the shilling. And people want to sit there, and we know what they did. And we had said, let bygones be bygones. But there's a good discussion. We are going to have a good discussion. We are putting the figures into place, who took what and where, so that the people of Kenya can know why we are in this shit and this mess. To be fair to everybody, how do people expect a government to fix a 10-year mess in 1 year? A mess of 10 years. Through state capture, conflict of interest, outright theft of public resources, irresponsible borrowing, misuse of public funds, misapplication of funds into useless legacy projects. And here we are. We must be truthful to the people of Kenya because it's important that we be truthful to the people of Kenya. And when the people of Kenya finally know the truth, they will make irresponsible borrowing a judgment, an assessment, misuse who is right and who is wrong. And what I can assure you, outright theft of public through state presidents and the rest of us are determined to fix this economy. And this economy 10-year mess in 1 year. People expect, and they are good signs, a government to fix a 10-year mess in 1 year. For the first time in 8 years, at the closure of financial year at midnight on June 30th, we had given every cent owed to the county governments. And previously, we had arrears of 5 to 6 months for county governments, for years. By the closure of financial year on June 30th, we had disbursed the last coin to the constituency development funds. For the first time, we have no arrears for our elderly men and women for their monthly stipend. We found an arrears for 8 months for those senior citizens who need that 2,000 to buy drugs, to buy food. We have cleared all that. Today, they get their stipend before civil servants are paid. And we have said, let anybody who has an idea on how to fix this economy come and talk to us. I want, on behalf of the President, to welcome you as ISPAC. Come and talk to our people at the National Treasury, and we'll ask you to talk to the President, and all of us are aligned. This is our country, and as I said, we don't know everything. If you have better ideas than we have, this is our country, we have no other country. Please come and talk to us, and whatever you advise us, if it's prudent, if it can get us out of the quagmire that we find ourselves in, we shall say asante sana. So please, you are most welcome. I've heard you talk about pending bills. It's true. The President, in his wisdom, has put a committee where your members are represented, led by Uhuru, former Auditor General, an eminent Kenyan, another group of very eminent professionals. I saw them when the President was inaugurating the team. Men and women of integrity to scrutinize, verify, and validate pending bills so that those that are payable we can pay, and put that history of pending bills behind us. We saw many Kenyans lose their homes. We saw families break up. We saw people commit suicide as a result of pending bills. Government documents became worthless. Previously, during the Kibaki regime, you could walk to any financial institution with an LPO and get LPO financing 50% without a question, because the documents had credibility. People knew that you are given a contract by government, it is payable. Today, there is no bank or microfinance institution that will honor an LPO, because you supply 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the line, you have not been paid. We want to restore the sanctity of government LPOs and LSO and contracts so that they become bankable, that you can walk to a bank and get cash against it to carry out the works that you have been given. So that is ongoing. Again, you have said you have your issues of the remuneration role. You have explained to me there and here, and what we have agreed, I'll create the framework. My office has been tasked by the President the responsibility of coordinating constitutional commissions and independent offices. I'm the one who does that coordination in my office. So we have agreed with the chair. I'll call that forum for you, the Attorney General and no other people involved. We begin that conversation so that, like your counterparts, the lawyers and other professionals, you can have your own remuneration role. Lakini msiweke pesa mingi sana, mlipishe kidogo. There is too much competition. Even these lawyers, I can tell you, because some of us wafanyi biashara pia, hatuwalipi ile iko kwa hiyo role. Tuna negotiate because mawakili ni wengi sana. Tusema wewe ni ngapi, wewe ni ngapi, wewe ni ngapi, wanashindana, inateremka. It is good to have the remuneration role as a benchmark. But you are also many. You have told me you are 35,000. 28,000 are in practice. So mutashindana tu pole pole, so that Kenyans can also get the best deal. So that one I'll do. Again, you have talked about too many regulations, and will help. The members of the National Assembly are here. The Attorney General is there. We can agree on how to fast track the review of these regulations so that we can collapse them into something that is making sense, so that we don't have too many laws for the same person doing the same thing. So that is something we can help in terms of fast tracking with the leader of the National Assembly in Parliament, with the Attorney General, with our legal drafters. We can work together and we can help you to fast track that one. The MP for Molo, KK, my good friend, has said about you people being targeted when there are investigations. It is true. Even the procurement people, they were here crying the same. It is true, and it's very sad. And I said, and I want once more to reiterate to ACC and DCI, please hire professionals to be your investigators. Hire accountants, hire procurement people who can advise you on how the investigation is going. You find some of these policemen, they have no idea about accounting. You know? So he is being asked to interrogate you and write statements on things that himself he cannot comprehend. You know, I from a personal experience on how absurd our investigative agencies can be when they are investigating complex matters beyond their pay grade.